Hello.
Oh, hey.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Who are you guys?
Well, I'm Bruce Green,
Bruce, I know Bruce.
but this is Rod Fergusson.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, how you doing?
He brought Gears of War Ultimate Edition.
Awesome. I'm super excited. Was not expecting this announcement of Gears of War Ultimate Edition. I'm a huge fan of the series and,
great.
and stoked to see what it looks like or what's going on with it.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I mean, Gears of War Ultimate Edition is, we like to call it the first at its best. It's the Gears 1 rebuilt from the ground up, replacing all like 4,000 assets that are in the game, and then modernized. We've got it on 1080p, 60 frame per second multiplayer on dedicated servers. We brought a lot of stuff from Gears of War 3 back to the Ultimate Edition to sort of walk this line between the nostalgia of Gears 1, but the sort of contemporaneous of a modern shooter.
That's great. And I forget, when is the release window for
It's August 25th.
Oh, wow, that's so soon.
Yeah, I know, and we have a 1-week beta going on right now. And so people go to gearsofwar.com, they can register for the beta and get in and play. I'm really hoping for a lot of people playing this weekend.
Awesome. Yeah, I do remember the announcement about the beta. I'm really bummed that I'm here and I can't be, preloading, getting it ready on my on my home console.
Right. Yeah, it's we got a lot of participation going on right now, and it's been really exciting. And if you want to check it out at the booth, we've got 8 stations over there with the new Elite controller, so it's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Obviously we have Gears 4 coming out in 2016, I believe.
Holiday 2016.
But is there anything that we should look for when we're playing back through the other Gears of War games that may prepare us better for Gears of War 4?
I mean, we're not talking that much about 4, other than her name is Kate. Everybody's like, "What's her name?" But I think there is, if you were to get one thing out of the sort of the tease we did on stage, is the tone. One of the things that we heard the fans loud and clear was that when you look at the tone of 1 to 2 to 3, it went from this sort of mystery, kind of tension, nightmare kind of feel of 1, and then as you went along, it became a little bit more, you knew what the monster was, you became familiar with it, and it became more like a soldier in a World War II game kind of thing, that was your enemy. And so we really wanted to harken back to that feelings that you had in Gears 1 about what goes bump in the night. And if you're going to get anything from the tease, get that.
So, Rod, can you tell us a little bit about the gameplay you brought for us? It's Gears of War Ultimate Edition, and it's 1080p, 60 frames a second, correct?
Yeah, it's 1080p, and then it's 30 in campaign, 60 in multiplayer. We've got split screen, so you can play split screen co-op and split screen competitive multiplayer.
Some of my favorite stuff I did on Gears of War 2. It's so much fun.
Yeah, and I love, on the couch, co-op gaming, and so it's a big part of what we're doing. We actually improve split screen to get a better 16, closer to 16 by 9, so it's an equal, you get sort of as much of a view as we can give you in split screen. And we even have LAN support, which is something we really wanted. Yeah, when we looked at the way people were playing Gears and how they're doing these sort of home tournaments or local tournaments, we were like, okay, we got to sort of support that. So we built in LAN support, and we built in 2 spectators so that you can actually go in and do sort of an esports play with Ultimate Edition.
I think that's great. In terms of price, how much is it for the 3 games total?
Well, the Ultimate Edition is just Gears 1, and it's $39.99. But one of the nice things it does is if you buy it, it gives you access to a Gears 4 beta in the spring. So you'll be able to check out all the new stuff there.
Didn't know that. I said during the announcement that I really wish the next game had been called Gears of 4. Just saying, y'all can have that one if you want.
It's already set in stone, guys.
Thanks.
Sorry.
That one was rejected along with the A being replaced with a 4. We got rid of that too. So, yeah,
I'm full of rejected bad ideas. So I'll be here all week. But it's really cool to hear that there's LAN support in the game. I've had so many fond memories of multiplayer in Gears of War, and I'm like super stoked to see it all remastered in this beautiful 1080p.
Yeah, and I mean, as I was talking about the modernization, back in Gears 1 days, it was all sort of this server-side hit detection as an example, as a really sort of low-level feature. But what it meant was the host had an advantage because the host was the server, so it was always doing this. Oh, of course I shotgunned you because I can check it really fast. I don't have to go over the network. And now with what we've done is client-side hit detection, like what was in Gears 3, so now you don't have that host advantage issue. The same thing, even if you're playing, you want to host a private match on Xbox Live, you're like, oh, I just want to play with me and my friends. That private match is pushed up onto a dedicated server, so you're able to host your own private games up on, in the cloud.
That's awesome.
So, all right, I know you've got Gears of War Ultimate Edition. And I told you, I warned you.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask about Gears 4.
Yeah.
Because we saw the demo at the Xbox One press conference.
Which I was playing live, by the way. I don't know if you know that, but I was like...
No, I did not know.
I was shaking because, like, I practiced that demo. Like, every time the Gears of War has been on stage at E3, we've always done it live. We've always played it live. And so they were going like, well, it's really risky. And I'm like, no, this is Gears, we're doing it live. And I was, I was nailing it every time, and the second to last rehearsal, and I missed the last chainsaw on the monster, and I'm just like, oh, are you kidding me? And so that shook my confidence really badly. And so like the next rehearsal, I nailed it, but then it was like I'm up there going like, don't miss, don't miss, don't miss, don't miss. So yeah, it was terrifying, but it was great.
Well, it looked like you nailed it then.
Yeah.
Can you tell us anything about the demo that we saw?
No, I mean that's the thing. We got a lot of people, great questions around who are they, where are they, when are they,
Yeah.
right? And I think those are great speculations to have for a while. Like we're down to 9 days for Ultimate Edition. They focused on talking about Ultimate Edition.
Okay.
So, yeah. Oh, the takeaway is her name was Kate.
Her name was Kate, exactly.
We're taking a look at some of the footage here. Is this from Ultimate Edition that we're looking at?
Yeah, so that's part of what you're seeing there is a battle that happened in the sort of the additional content that was originally in the PC version in 2007. So what we've done is we've taken the 5 extra chapters, about 2 hours of campaign content that was released as part of the PC version, and we put it and integrated it back into the main campaign. So the Gears campaign now is about 2 hours longer as it takes you all the way to Timgad Station to get on the train with the bomb. And the same thing, we did that for all the multiplayer maps too. It comes with all 19 multiplayer maps, the ones that were on the console, DLC, and on the PC. So you get all that content as part of it, and again, it's all been remastered.
That's amazing. I never realized that there was additional content in the PC version.
I know, there's a lot. So that's what we looked at. There's a lot of people who are going to experience that content for the first time, and it's a lot of fun because it's a huge Brumach boss battle in that game. So that part of it's just cool.
Just for my own curiosity, what's the achievements list looking like for this game? Is it the same from yours, or do you have some new things in there?
Yeah, there's a twist. There's I think it's 1250 in what's there because of the way we're bringing up the DLC achievements in. And then it's sort of a little bit of this, a little bit of that. There's some of the old that kind of go back, but there's some we decided, we need to improve on that we weren't really happy because when we did the Gears 1 achievements, it was really kind of the first time we were getting into that side of the achievement stuff, and I kind of helped design a lot of them, and it wasn't my best work, and so we decided to kind of, some of them we want to go back and improve and make it a little bit more attainable. Or what we found is that at that time, especially back in the Gears 1 days, is that achievements were really modifying player behavior. And so when we were like, hey, get 1,000 chainsaw kills, that people would go in and instead of playing multiplayer and having fun, they were just running around with their chainsaw up and ruining the experience for everybody else. And so we had to kind of walk this line of, hey, what's a good achievement, but won't impact other people too badly. So I can't say we solved it completely because we wanted to harken back to some of them, so people were like, oh, I remember getting it when I played Gears 1, but we definitely improved. We also did little small things, improve the checkpoint system so you didn't get kind of repetitive cutscenes when you're playing the campaign. And the big thing for me is I'm really big about the storytelling, and we went through and we completely redid all the cinematics. We went and re-motion captured, we went back all the way back to storyboards, and so we didn't change the dialogue, so we took the dialogue as sort of a, we use them like radio plays. We get the radio play, and then it's like, okay, based on this radio play, re-storyboard it, re-animate it, and we went and reshot it all with new actors, and it looks gorgeous.
So once you get the Ultimate Edition out in 69 days, like you said, we're looking at the Gears of War 4 trailer right now. What does the next few, a year, 6 months look like for Rod Fergusson?
Well, there's a lot to focus on with Ultimate Edition in terms of just how it's being received and multiplayer aspects and the things that we can do with that. But yeah, there's a lot of focus. We're heavy into production on, obviously, to get to this point to show what we showed on Gears 4, and so it's really going to be sort of heads down on that and making sure that it's ready to go for Holiday 2016.
Oh, great, Holiday 2016. I just wanted to confirm that release date. Good. That's great. Good. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much it because I don't want to pump you too much for Gears 4 information.
That's fine. That's good. Well, you're not going to get any, so it's all good.
Totally.
But I'm enjoying this time on the couch together.
We're really close.
It's cozy. It's very
really
nice.
Rod. I like it. You smell good. It's early on in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. Enjoy it while you can.
So I think we're going to go over to the step and repeat now with Bernie and Joel. They should have some questions for us on Twitter. Will they be Gears of War related questions, do you think?
I hope.
Well, we have a general Q&A session. We ask for general questions, but the main thing is people want to know your opinions of Gears of War, and what was your first experience playing Gears of War?
Rod, I have a really good question for you then. Other than developing the game, what was your first experience kind of sitting down, getting to actually play the game, maybe with a friend or something like that?
Yeah, I think the most terrifying part of the first one for me was the Berserker. You know, that first time you get in there and you're chasing the Berserker and you realize that the Berserker's blind and is hunting by smell and by sound, and you're having to lure her around and trying to get, through the 3 doors. And even going back, that was one of the fun things about going back. And, once I realized I was back on Gears and going back and playing the first one again, and you're just like, your poems, like, wow, even though it's a 2006 game, it still has that sort of edge to it. So it was really interesting trying to bring that back again and make sure that tension stayed.
It must have been really exciting for you to kind of see it on the Xbox One, 1080p, 60 frames a second, and get an entirely new experience for that game.
Sure, the responsiveness of multiplayer at 60 frames per second is amazing, and the full frame, because the old one was 720, and we'd be able to go to full frame 1080p. And then just the power of what's going on the Xbox One is just, we've been able to take it to another level. Like I said, when you look at the gameplay you saw and the cinematics you saw, I mean, again, we replaced all 4,000 assets. We didn't just change the texture. Like we gutted it down and built it back up, and it's it's fantastic.
So I think we're going to go over there and grab another Twitter question.
Yeah, this question is from Tristan Dalton on Twitter, and he wants to know what differs from the previous engine to the new engine that the game is running on. If you could talk a little about that.
Oh, wow, engine question. So
we're going real deep.
Yeah, no, exactly. Hopefully everybody stays awake. So basically what we decided to do is we said the thing we wanted to be the truest to was the simulation. So we went to the 2007 engine, which was actually the Gears 1 PC engine. And we said, okay, we'll take that simulation to make sure that the game, doesn't change in terms of AI and gameplay. And then we've just brought in a whole bunch of new technology, like a new lighting system, and it just went. We took all these different features from, if you look at Gears 3, and even the technology that was put into Judgment to make it look so good. We brought all that stuff and started pulling that stuff back, and then added stuff on top of that as well. But I mean, the biggest change for us right now, honestly, is the networking. That was the reason for the beta. Honestly, it's like I was saying, a lot of people do betas nowadays, and they're really just demos. They put the word beta on them, but it's really just a really highly polished demo. That's not the case for us. We're truly doing a beta because we couldn't even take, the way we maybe took, enemy spotting from Gears 3, or we took team deathmatch from Gears 3, we could not take the networking from Gears 3 because Xbox One is a different platform for multiplayer. So this is the first time this networking code's being run, on Xbox One, and so to get it out there and say, okay, when you have hundreds of thousands of people banging on it, what happens? And that's really what this week is about.
Well, thank you again, Rod, for coming by and bringing the game Ultimate Edition. And obviously, we're very excited for Gears of War.
Super excited.
All right, thank you.